not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern getting it in here at App Stupid Studio. Shout out to everybody. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. Smash the like button. Also, subscribe. It goes a long way and it helps the channel. We just wrapped up talking about Jayden Daniels of the Washington Commanders. Was he special or is he special? I think of all of the NFL rookies, he had the most promising showing where he was playing lights out. And as a rook, and this is your first game in the NFL, damn. Was I a prisoner of the moment, or was Tampa really not that good? Two things, like I said, somebody's got to be right. But going to move from that, going to talk about a situation where I'm tired of seeing this guy get hurt. And that's Tua Tagovailoa. Should he do something else? And I only ask this question because it's very hard to sit and watch somebody go through things that are just kind of like, it stops your heart. You know, nobody wants to see somebody die on a football field. I don't care. Save the macho cliches for someone else where they're, oh, football, you got to be tough. You got to show them that you, no, man, no. This cat is a young dude, and he's had some of the most horrific head injuries where you've seen what happens to the brain once it's hit and it's jarred to a certain point where your arms and everything lock up and you could be out cold. This young man could be punch drunk out there doing football, taking so many blows to the head. And if you don't think that that has an effect on an effect on a person, look at James Thunder Tony. James Lights Out Tony in boxing. James Lights Out. You look at him back in his heyday, look at his speech, and now look at his speech. You can't say these things don't have an effect. Yeah, James Lights Out Tony was a hell of a boxer. Hell of a boxer. Crazy defense. Had that Philly shell, that knowledge. But if you go and you look at him now, because of so many hits to the head, so many concussions, this guy's struggling. He's struggling big time. And that's what I'm saying. From a father standpoint, do you really want to keep looking at this? And it's hard when you're sitting there and people are like, oh, I want to watch the game with my son. How do you talk about death with your son on Sunday afternoon and all you wanted to do was root for your team? And I'm not sitting here saying that he's going to pass away one extremity or another, but let's look at this from a life perspective. Look at it from a life perspective. That's all I'm asking. Give me a quick 20 and then we'll be back on it. This is your boy Big Vern from an unofficial sponsor. Yes, Taco Bell, Live Moss. Taco Bell, Live Moss. Order online, download the app, or visit the good folks at your local Taco Bell. So when we last left off, we were talking about, should Tua do something else? And I think he should, because you still have a lot of life left over. You should have a lot of life in you. He's 26. 26 years old. You've proven everything. You've made some good money in your lifetime. At some point, just out of concern, just do something else. Do something else. You've played for premier colleges. You've shown that, hey, look, you don't have to be the typical prototype quarterback. You don't have to do that. You can be who you are, and you can play in that league. But the head injuries, it does. And one thing about it, when people see these things, they're like, oh, he's fine, he's this. And you don't know that. You don't know his cognitive dissonance. Now, I'm not, dime store diagnosing this guy. I'm just saying me as a parent. And if this were my kid, hey, look, kiddo, you need to hang this up. Because it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everyone around you. It's affecting everyone around you to the point where we're scared for you. The guy's married. You think a young woman has signed up to wipe a 26-year-old's ass if anything goes wrong or sideways and he ends up being a paraplegic? She didn't sign up for that. She didn't want that. It's just being reflective. And I know you just got a new extension and stuff, and for whatever. But like I said, retirement, there's no shame in retirement. There's no shame in, hey, look, you gave it your all. Unlike Andrew Luck, we actually see what he's going through out here on the field. People have made all kind of weird memes about it. And I say to myself, you put on the shoulder pads, you put on the helmet, you go out there, you take those kind of hits. You're not tough enough to be him. Everybody laughs because they're full of shit and they don't have any talent. And that's what we've devolved into, is a nation of memes and pussy ass people. But as a parent, and this is your son, hey, look, you need to dial it back. You have some fathers that are upset that their kid is playing middle school football 2 games a week. And in between that, you got to go ahead and fit in practice. And they think that that's too much for their kid. And if that's too much for your kid, being a professional and suffering multiple head injuries, the ones that are on TV, Lord knows how many of them that you've caught when TV's not rolling, the cameras aren't rolling, and you look fine. And if that's a bridge too far for the middle school parents, this should definitely be a just, oh yeah, it's jarring. We're not doing that. Give me a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. It's your boy Big Vern. Roll the clips. It's your boy Big Vern promoting another rap album this month. Currency and DJ Fresh, The Tonight Show, the sequel, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on here is Next One with Larry June, State of Course with Paul Wall, Neighborhood Superstar with Payroll Giovanni, Ethereum, First and 15th, and many more. In stores now. Yeah, shout out to Currency and DJ Fresh. The Tonight Show Part 2. Yeah, that's hot. I've been banging that like no tomorrow. So, like I say, I'm not Tua's father. I'm not telling him what to do. I'm not Tua Tagovailoa's people. I'm not in any camp of his. But I am saying from a parent standpoint, it's getting harder to watch these games. And this young man has a chance to not only be permanently injured, but he also has a chance to be fatally injured. Head trauma is nothing to play with. Head trauma is nothing to play with. So, like I said, I hope he finishes the season. I really do. But, yeah, some things are just bigger than football. And this kid being 26 years old, he's got his whole life ahead of him. And I know it's hard when football's all you've known. And in life, you got to be able to pivot. In life, you need a plan B. You need a plan C and D. You've achieved plan A. And I know everybody goes into the NFL and they want to be on that Mount Rushmore. It takes a lot. It takes a toll. You don't have to look at boxers. Look at Terry Bradshaw. You know how hard it was watching Terry Bradshaw play the mindless goof on Fox? Yeah, him sitting next to Howie Long, and man, Terry Bradshaw would be out of it, literally on his feet. And that comes from a lot of head trauma. But I could have it wrong. Dolphins fans, let me know. Should Tua do something else? Or am I just being a prisoner of the moment? It's your boy Big Vern. I'll